U.S. stocks are plunging a day after the Federal Reserve approved the biggest increase in decades in its benchmark rate, 0.75 of a percentage point. At one point, the Dow was down more than 900 points. It's now down 850 points, 2.7%. We see the Nasdaq has fallen roughly 4.5%, and the S&P is down 3.6%. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol last year held its third public hearing today. NPR's Miles Parks reports a panel focused on then-President Donald Trump's attempts to pressure Vice President Mike Pence to affect the counting of Electoral College votes.
The committee today made the case that former President Trump knew that his pressure campaign against former Vice President Mike Pence was illegal. Committee Vice Chair Liz Cheney.
What the president wanted the vice president to do was not just wrong. It was illegal and unconstitutional.
A number of advisors and attorneys who worked with Pence testified today. They explained how the former vice president and his team fought against the idea that Pence had any legal standing to affect the 2020 election results. Here's attorney Greg Jacobs.
It is unambiguous that the vice president does not have the authority to reject electors.
Much of the hearing focused on debunking legal theories made by lawyer and Trump advisor John Eastman. Miles Parks, NPR News, Washington.
The U.S. Senate has voted to approve the largest expansion of veterans care in the United States, a key step closer to becoming law. NPR's Quill Lawrence reports it would cover vets made sick by burn pits in Iraq and Afghanistan.
The PACT Act to address toxic exposures now heads to the House, which is expected to quickly send it to the president's desk for signature. It's comprehensive, from Agent Orange in Vietnam to radiation poisoning during the Cold War to the millions of post-9/11 vets exposed to burning waste, like Iraq vet Heath Robinson, who died in 2020. His mother-in-law, Susan Zaire, has campaigned wearing his uniform on her shoulders since then.
I no longer have to carry Heath on my shoulders while I'm advocating for all the other veterans out there who are sick and dying.
The bill will cost $250 billion over 10 years and cover more than 3.5 million veterans. Quill Lawrence, NPR News.
Britain's defense ministry says nearly all Ukrainian combat troops have withdrawn from the city of Severodonetsk. Villa Marks has more.
A tweeted intelligence update from the UK Armed Forces said Russian troops will now need to advance on one of several stalled flanks elsewhere, or risk contested river crossings after the bridges linking captured Severodonetsk, now in ruins, with the rest of Ukraine appeared destroyed. The Post said Russian troops were likely, quote, operating in increasingly ad hoc and severely undermanned groupings.
That's Villa Marks reporting. European leaders from France, Germany, Italy, and Romania are in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv today, where they've expressed unanimous support for making Ukraine a candidate for EU membership. Rebecca Rossman reports the announcement comes just a day before the European Commission is expected to make the same recommendation.
The candidacy would be the first step towards making Ukraine an EU member state, though the final decision would require unanimity from all 27 EU leaders. Some states, including Denmark and Portugal, have expressed reluctance, arguing Ukraine's candidacy wouldn't be considered if not for the war. Still, the four leaders reaffirmed their commitment towards Ukraine during Thursday's historic meeting. A French diplomatic official said France was in favor of a, quote, total victory for Ukraine, including winning back the Crimean Peninsula that was seized by Russia in 2014. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also accepted an invitation to attend the upcoming G7 summit later this month. For NPR News, I'm Rebecca Rossman in Paris.
1 month before President Biden visits Saudi Arabia, the street in front of the Saudi embassy in Washington, D.C. is renamed to Jamal Khashoggi Way. The Saudi Washington Post journalist was killed in 2018, and U.S. intelligence later released a report concluding Khashoggi's death was ordered by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. It's uncertain if Biden will specifically address the case during his visit to the Middle East. Biden is widely expected to attempt to strike a deal with Saudi Arabia, a major global oil producer, in an attempt to help bring down surging gasoline prices in the U.S.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.